Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my September TBR, where we will be using my trusty TBR jar to pick out 6 books for my September TBR. But first, let's quickly review my August TBR. I think I read 2.5 of the books on my August TBR. I am literally in the middle of one of the books and I'm really hoping that I can finish that before the month is over. So we will see how that goes, but let's just hop right into our September TBR. September to me is the month of fall, so I am very excited for this TBR. Prompt number 1. An award-winning book. Okay, let's see. I'm sure I have a good amount of options for this. Okay, found one. I can't even lie, I just went through all of my books and I was looking for something like this because that's how I know it's won an award, right? So this one, the Michael L. Prince Award for Excellence in Young Adult Literature. Okay, I didn't even know that this book was YA, but I've been meaning to read this one for a while. I actually thrifted it. This is Conan Verity. Literally all I know about this is that in historical fiction set during World War II, which is my favorite type of historical fiction to read, and I think one of the fighter pilot planes crashes and the pilot gets rescued by a family, and I assume, yeah, okay, yep, it says a British spy plane crashes in Nazi-occupied France. Its pilot and passenger are best friends, but just one of the girls has a chance at survival. Oh my gosh, okay, this literally sounds so good. It says, Verity is given a choice, reveal her mission or face a grisly execution. They'll get the truth out of her, only it won't be what they expect. Immediately this is going on the TBR. If I don't like this book, I will actually be shocked because, like I said, I love World War II historical fiction and I've just heard great things about this one, and then obviously it's got an award, so it's gotta be good, right? Book number 1 on the September TBR. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, book number, oh my gosh, that just scared me. Anyways, book number 2. Thriller or mystery. This is perfect. It's like my TBR jar knew that we were getting ready for fall. Okay. All right. There's too many thriller mysteries that I want to read. I'm gonna have a hard time choosing. Let's just go through them. The first book I pulled was Any Other Name. This one is probably the one I want to read the least, but it's the one that I feel like I should read because it's on my 2026 TBR. I'm for some reason intimidated by this book. I don't know why. Just like, this book scares me and I have no good reason for it to scare me other than maybe like the cover. Maybe it's the Western mystery vibe that kind of scares me because I don't know if that's my thing. I've never read something like that. This is a little bit out of my comfort zone, which could be good actually. So this one we have our main character, and I guess there's 3 missing women and he's trying to like solve this case, so I guess he's a detective. He also has a show on Netflix, which I've never heard of this show. It's called Longmere, not Logmere. I don't know, actually, this could be really good. I'm gonna think about it. Obviously it's one of our options, so we have a lot of options. I also really want to read Beth is Dead. This is about 3 sisters again. People seem to love the number 3, I guess, but 3 sisters, one of them is found dead. Or is it 4 sisters actually? Either way, every sister is a suspect, and even one of the sisters' boyfriends is a suspect. I feel like this would be so good. See, this is gonna be really hard to decide. And then the final option I have is When No One Is Watching. This is another book that I found intimidating. I guess I'm at the point in my physical TBR where all of these books are books that I find intimidating because the cover of this one reminds me a lot of The Paris Apartment, and I didn't like The Paris Apartment. I don't know if the books will actually be at all similar, but that's why I'm a little intimidated by this one. But it looks like it's following our main characters who live in Brooklyn, and Brooklyn is getting gentrified, but it's not what it seems. It says their neighbors may not have moved to the suburbs after all, and the push to revitalize the community may be more deadly than advertised. I don't know. Let me know if you've read this book and if you enjoyed it. For some reason, this one scares me, so I'm gonna put it back. I'm putting it back, but I'm obviously going to read it at some point because it's on my physical TBR. I'm just not right now. I'll let it marinate for a little bit, you know? Okay. Oh, this is so hard. This is so hard. I don't know. Don't know. I feel like both of these could be really great options. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this one simply because I have fall in my mind and I feel like this could go with like the fall theme. Also, it's like at the desert, so maybe I should read it before it gets too cold. Listen, I don't know. As a mood reader, sometimes you just make excuses for picking books and you just roll with it, you know? So this is book number 2 going on the monthly TBR. Prompt number 3. A book with less than 200 pages. This is gonna be hard to find. Okay, let's see. I need something skinny. Something skinny. Oh, I already see 3 options. These are all skinny. What else is skinny? This is skinny, but not skinny enough. Let it back. That might be it. Actually, these are my 3 options. And I think I already know what I want to read, but I'll just show you what my options are. I have Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness and The Secret Shaper. Obviously, this is a very old book. This literally used to belong to my grandma, and she gave it to me when she was moving because she was just getting rid of things. And it actually has 2 books in it, and it's like super, super skinny. So obviously less than 200 pages. And then I also have The Odyssey, another book that scares me, and it's another one that I got from my grandma when she was moving. Super skinny. Gotta be less than 200 pages, right? I didn't even check. It's not less than 200 pages. Okay, so that's not an option at all. Let's see if the last book is an option. Oh my goodness, I might not have a choice here. Oh, okay, it is an option actually. This has 152 pages, so this is the one that I wanted to read, so I'm glad it's under 200 pages. This is Animal Farm by George Orwell. I've almost picked this in so many different monthly TBR videos, so we're finally picking it today. I know nothing about this book at all. I'm actually kind of nervous that it's going to make me queasy. Like, is it actually an Animal Farm? I don't want to read anything gory, and I don't want to read that, you know what I mean? But this literally, I bring this up every time we talk about this book, but this book just reminds me of that Good Luck Charlie episode. And I'm not even 100% sure she was talking about Animal Farm in that episode, but I think she was. So we're gonna go with it. Maybe I should read the back actually. A farm is taken over by its overworked, mistreated animals. Wait, what? It says it's a fairy tale for grown-ups, which I love that. Okay. This sounds good. I am still a little nervous to read it, but I'm gonna read it. I have already read George Orwell before. I read 1984 by him. I actually read that in high school for a class, and I ended up really liking that book. I actually like it so much that I literally have 2 copies of it. One is like the annotated copy from high school, and then one is like this pretty beautiful edition of it. But all that to say is that I have high hopes for this book because I have enjoyed George Orwell in the past, and I need to do a reread of 1984. But Animal Farm is going on our September TBR. This video is gonna be like 2 seconds long because we are flying through the TBR this month. I'm so excited. Book number 4. Oh, okay. We'll pick the one that fell. A genre you rarely read. Okay, let's see. What genres do I rarely read? I don't even know. I love to read like all books, really. What genres do I rarely read? I guess nonfiction. I rarely read nonfiction, but the odds of me reading a nonfiction book on my monthly TBR is very low. But let's see. I might have other genres that I don't read a lot either. I don't know. Okay, yeah. All I can think of is nonfiction. So let's see what we have. You know what? I think I know what I want to pick for this actually, and you can't even see it because it's behind me. This is Educated by Tara Westover. I've actually been thinking about listening to this on audio. So if you listened to this book, let me know if it was good on audio, but I typically love listening to memoirs because a lot of the time the author will narrate the memoir, and I think that's so special to listen to. But this book obviously follows her education, and she grew up in the rural mountains, maybe Appalachian mountains. I'm not entirely sure, but she grew up in the mountains, and she had never stepped foot in a school in her life until college when she goes to BYU. And I think the story is that she was never really exposed to anything education until her brother left to go study something. I'm not entirely sure, but this sounds so interesting to me. I'm someone that is a firm believer in education and its importance. I mean, obviously I love books and I love learning, and I just think education is so important. So I'm so interested to see what her story is, how she managed to go to BYU after never having stepped foot in a school in her life. I find that very impressive and honestly very intriguing. So this will be the 4th book on our September TBR, and it's also the only nonfiction on my shelves right now that is really speaking to me. I feel like I have a good amount of nonfiction on my physical TBR, but none of it's really calling my name right now. Anyways, let's pick our 5th book. A book with a 1-word title. Okay, let's see what we have here. Oh, Shattered, that's 1 word. I could do that. I could do Zoya, which I don't know anything about this book, but I could read it because it's 1 word. Wait, are those all my options? Okay, it actually is. The only other book I have with a 1-word title is Seinfeldia, and I don't feel like reading this right now because I don't want to put 2 nonfiction books on my monthly TBR. I think that would be overwhelming for me because y'all already know that's a genre I don't read very often. So putting this one back for sure. Back on the cart you go. So these are my only 2 options, and honestly, I already know which one I'm gonna pick. This is Shattered. It is book 3 in the slated trilogy. So once I read this one, I will finish the trilogy, which is super exciting, especially because I have so many book series that I'm in the middle of right now. Like, too many. Like, it's actually kind of stressful. I really need to focus on that. But if you don't know anything about this book, like I said, it's part of the Slated series, and Slated is a YA dystopian novel where our main character's memories get wiped, and in this dystopian world, your memories get wiped if you are under 16 and if you're a criminal. So she has no idea what she's done in her past to get slated, but since everyone knows that the people who get slated are criminals, being slated is very frowned upon in society, and so she has to deal with a lot of that. And then also, since it's a dystopian, there's some things that the government is hiding that of course get uncovered. So I love this series. It's definitely younger YA, but I've been doing a reread of it and I've just been having a great time. So if you were in that younger YA age range, I think I read this late elementary school, maybe early middle school, sometime around there. I really recommend this book for that age range. So I am putting this on my September TBR. Okay, oh, can you stop? Okay, last book for the September TBR, and this is actually perfect because it's the last prompt in my TBR jar, so I need to refill that. But the last prompt for this video is a book with a number in the title. Okay. 2 title ones back to back. Okay, let's see what I had. Immediately, I know I have Fahrenheit 451. That was the first book that I thought of. But let's see if I have any other books with a number in the title. Oh, I have the 5 love languages, but yet another nonfiction, and I don't want to add a nonfiction to my TBR. Is it even a TBR video if my battery doesn't die? That's what happened, so I'm sorry if the angle changed, but I was basically just saying I don't want to add the 5 love languages to my TBR because I already have another nonfiction on there. But that leaves me with only one option for this prompt, so I am adding Fahrenheit 451 to the September TBR. I've actually really been wanting to read this book for a while, so I'm excited that this is on my September TBR. Now let's do a quick recap of my TBR. It's really interesting to me that I ended up with both 2 classics on here and 2 dystopians. So we have Codename Verity, Any Other Name, Animal Farm, Educated, Shattered, and Fahrenheit 451. Let me know if you've read any of these books and if you want to see any of these in a rating vlog in September. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!